This video might be really eye-opening. It's Michael B. Jordan wasn't the corny one, posted by Fuck DH with a V instead of the U. But
The corny kid, right?
No,
you get it.
I did not say that. Misquoted for sure.
We teased him all the
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say
I do remember this clip. I forgot about it. Did y'all watch Creed? I didn't watch Creed. I don't think I was the demographic for it, but I didn't really give it a chance either. I might.
that. Misquoted for sure.
I don't know shit about boxing.
we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan.
When you grow up black and alternative, you get fried. When I was growing up, I was a huge anime fan, and even though these days I fancy manga more, I remember at the height of my adoration for Japanese culture, I got made fun of by my basketball teammates, only for the same niggas to turn around and start fucking with it. That's the reality of non-conforming.
See, this shit's corny until everybody else agree with it, until you start getting recognized for it, until the follower count keeps rising, until
Black people or blurs or alternative black people, you get viewed as corny for not mirroring the average product of your environment, and Michael B. Jordan is no different. Today I wanted to talk about Michael B. Jordan and this weird culture that attempts to minimize victims of bullying and ridicule. I was there, and black nerds slash non-traditional black people tend to be treated poorly within our own communities, and when we push back, it's the same playbook: dismiss, deny, and in this case, make yourself the victim. Comment for the algorithm. I'm really excited to give my perspective because I remember when this happened, and I also remember that it caused a stir then. And now that we're in the outstanding 2-6, I'm gonna give my whole take on the non-conventional black person who was bullied.
I do remember the comments though being like, hey, he should let it go. Why does he even remember that shit? Like, what about the fact that she was clowning him? Like, what?
To successful
and then admitted
because
to it
there's
after
so much weird discourse around invalidating your feelings and telling people that they should just let it go. Now, before I show you the clip, pay attention to MBJ's face. He's rocking that raised eyebrow look because he knows this woman.
So, shall we got Michael B. Jordan, the director and the star of Creed 3. And
he can't wait to bring it up.
We go way back.
He can't wait to bring it up.
Chad Science in Newark, okay?
The corny kid, right?
No, I did not say that.
Ooh.
Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say. I said we used to make fun of the name, but yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
Now I'm only playing this part because the rest of the interview goes on pretty
ready to beat this bitch up. Oh, like
normally. Jonathan Majors.
He looks so mad.
Make fun of the name, but yeah, he is obviously
he's just looking out,
killing things out here.
Now I'm only playing this part because the rest of the interview goes on pretty normally. Jonathan Majors even pushed up, and because it was during the Creed 3 era, he and MBJ glazed each other a little bit. That lame nigga put his hands on women though. I think it's really rich for her to overlook her past mistreatment of him.
Yeah, so here's the thing though. Like, this is the type of scenarios that your teacher be saying in like second grade. Cause I remember one time in like first grade, second grade, we was in music class and we didn't want to sit next to, the girls didn't want to sit next to the boys. We was on the bleachers and we was making a big deal out of it. And she was like, you're literally sitting next to, the person that you're sitting next to, you could end up married to him. Or the person that you're making fun of, you could end up seeing them later and they'll be the CEO of the business that you're trying to apply for. You know, shit like that. Where it's like, yeah, right. Like, I'm not gonna marry this nigga and I'm not gonna see this nigga when I apply for a job. This happened to her. That's so sad.
Favor of an interview, but because
clearly
MBJ is the professional man he is, he kept it cutesy and demure. She told him that she was being misquoted and that she didn't call him corny. She is correct, and this is what she actually had to say about MBJ.
To be honest with you, we teased him all the damn time because his name was Michael Jordan. Let's start there, and he was no Michael Jordan. And then he also would come to school with headshot. We lived in Newark. Yeah, like that's the hood. You know what I mean? So. We would make fun of him, like, what you gonna do with your little stupid headshots? Like, and now look at him.
So she didn't actually call him corny. She instead
she might have. Shit.
Teased him and mocked his dream because he walked around the school with headshots. That's way worse, bro. Then she tried to use the hood as justification.
I would have rather you have just been like, yeah, I called him corny because shit, we was kids and it's fucked up. Versus you being like, no, this nigga was always carrying around headshots like he was gonna be something.
But gang, fuck that. MBJ was just another starry-eyed, non-conforming black kid who got ridiculed. And now that he attained some transcendent motion, the same hoe who was teasing him wants to interview him now. That's crazy. And I think this is the same thing as ignorant non-black people who are racist and then grow to change. You can be ignorant, sure, but acting like that negates the harm it does is disingenuous. And yeah, Shorty probably seen it as nothing, but teasing is still pretty messed up. Especially when the thing you're teasing someone about is something they dream of doing, something they're planning their life around, and then she spoke about it very casually. We also don't know what's going on
as if niggas supposed to agree with her, like, oh yeah, of course we teased him, his name was Michael Jordan, like
his head. But I think most people could generally come to the conclusion that it's bad taste to make fun of someone's dream
what the
and
hell
then
are
have
they
the gall
eating?
to interview them after.
I've never seen, what's his name, Jimmy Kimmel, something like that. I've never seen this nigga eating. What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel. Is that his name? Kimmel? Regardless, I've just never seen him eat with his guests.
They get successful, especially when I don't remember
Since
her
when you
ever
sitting down with a burger and
apologizing.
fries.
That do sound like a bully, to be fair.
And she's against the whole bully label, which she expresses in a clip that I'll show you because she was responding to the criticism. I also forgot to tell you that Shorty's name is L'Oreal, and unfortunately for her, the criticism did go kind of far. But when you ridicule someone and brush it off, you kind of open yourself up to it.
Just the bully narrative is crazy. And the things that people are saying to me, like they hope I get raped and killed and popped in my head.
Yeah, that is
one last.
People on the internet, though, you could disagree with. You could be like, oh, top cereal is clearly honorable mention Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but really Lucky Charms. And niggas will deadass send you death threats. Like, whoa, it doesn't take much nowadays. It doesn't take much to get a death threat. Or like niggas being like, yeah, I'ma find you. You're done. Like doxing you, whatever the fuck. But yeah, it's still, you still kind of opened it up by kind of being whatever when you could have easily just said, we were kids, I was mean, my fault.
Be in the world. Like, I just think, like, if you were upset because you thought I called him corny and those are the things that you're rebuttaling with, it's like the crime and the punishment, that if that's what you thought I said, it doesn't even match up. Like, how is that okay? The narrative is definitely still pushed. I feel like I admitted exactly what I said. And then even those words got turned around. When I told the story, it was super lighthearted. It wasn't even in the sense of me breaking down the entire school experience. FYI, we went to school together for 1 year. So the narrative that I bullied him all throughout high school, this was 7th grade. We were like 12 years old and everybody made fun of each other.
Okay, so in this clip, she attempts to add more context to the interaction and even talks about some of the harsh words she's received. In this particular context, I do agree with L'Oreal. Despite what she did to MBJ, you shouldn't be sending Shorty threats. However, on the topic of how she treated him, I think there is a slight downplay here. I showed that other clip because she said they used to tease him all the time because of his name and because they were in the hood. So him walking around with headshots was free game. So even if this was a single year, and even if this was in 7th grade, L'Oreal's own words make it seem like she was low-key on his dick. And it low-key contradicts this downplaying tone she has in this video. And I ain't even trying to be repetitive, but when it comes to someone's dream, that's when the line is crossed. It's already hard enough to do non-conformative shit as a black person because then you get the Oreo allegations, you get told you're acting white, you get told you're speaking white. I grew up speaking proper, niggas telling me I'm talking white. You try experimenting, you paint your nails, now you're gay. You have all these things that people are trying to place on you, all these things that your fellow black people are trying to say about you. You have your fellow black
hive mind shit where it's just like you just have to be like the next person next to you, like
people quite literally putting restrictions and borders on your existence because if you don't follow them, you are the subject of cruelty. This is not me saying L'Oreal is just an evil, cruel woman, by the way. I'm just saying how it is from the perspective of a non-conformative black person. You have people trying to force their frequencies onto you, and that makes breaking away hard enough. So MBJ walking around with his headshots was like an FU to conforming, essentially, which is huge. And I don't think L'Oreal understands that, even though to her it wasn't a big deal. To other people, it really be immense.
Was that serious?
And it's never that deep.
Yeah.
Because that man don't know you. Okay, these celebrities that y'all be fighting for, they don't know you.
But look at the hypocrisy, right? They're mad at her for saying someone was corny in high school that she didn't even say. and then proceed to say things 1,000 times worse than what she
10
said.
times.
Where's the
10,000 times
logic?
worse.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That doesn't even make sense. And
Yeah.
you didn't even say it, and no one has ever said, hey, our bad. We went back and heard the audio. You didn't say
Bitch, fuck it. Like, you feel me? One, by that point, it's too late because he's not touching on the subject anymore. So more people have seen the clip that he's in where he's pressing you and saying that you said corny. So nobody's watching you still. It's just kind of like the internet. Once you see a clip, you can explain yourself. And there will be people who hear you, but there will also be a lot who don't. So you're basically doomed. And then, oh, I didn't say corny specifically. I just said, bitch, we're in the hood and you're walking around with headshots. Get your lame ass out of here. It's really not better. Like, it's really just, I don't know why. I don't know.
it.
I
Was
don't know
like,
why
and your
we're
friend
trying to
on-
act like that shit's not, like, still kind of fucked up.
No, people came up to me and was like, "Oh, you know,
But it's
my
quiet.
fault." But the disrespect was way louder than the apology. I didn't even. One of my homeboys reached out to me like, "Oh, Michael said his bad, yo. It was a article he read. He thought you said it." But you went on all these other publications. Not
said
only
I-
that, I have a national
Nigga, he heard you. What do you mean article? Y'all went to school together. Like,
syndicated morning show.
there ain't no article.
Come have a seat and talk about it.
I think this audio is worse than just calling him corny. L'Oreal admitted to teasing him and making fun of him for walking around with the headshots. So even if Michael was wrong
This
about the corny
fucking
comment,
picture.
she was still being weird. Truthfully,
I'm using
though,
that for my thumbnail for sure.
I do feel for her. I know the internet hate trains are no joke. I don't know if y'all remember, but Jadeon had his fans hate raid me back when I was still in school. So
Damn. Wait, damn.
I do get it. The difference in those two scenarios is that L'Oreal actually
Anybody who runs a hate raid, unless it is like a predator or something like that, that shit is so lame.
did tease him, and there's
So
audio
lame.
proof of her admitting to doing this. Corny becomes a cop-out for the real teasing that she admitted to. You can't focus all your energy on that single word that you never said, when the reality is that you did actually tease this man, and you also tried to get some content out of him post-motion. So with that being said, as a non-conforming
was a
black
grab
man
for you.
myself, I relate to the experience of ridicule, only for people to come around when times change. We for surely got done dirt, niggas fried us, niggas ridiculed us, and people try to act like
I love watching people on mute who talk with their hands.
it's because non-conforming black people did
Even
weird
myself.
things. That is very disingenuous. But not just disingenuous, it's heartless. It takes a certain lack of empathy to dismiss someone's experience.
And oftentimes trauma.
I don't think L'Oreal is a bad person, but I think the hate train she received is probably why she's taken such a defensive stance, and she probably feels like MBJ contributed by not publicly coming out. But honestly, dude,
Yeah, no, by that point, you're riding it.
my sympathy is limited only because she wants to act like she wasn't on video talking about teasing him. But that's really all I had to say. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions. I love you all. Y'all niggas be blessed. I'm gonna get up out of here. Bye bye.
Damn it. I'm so sick of y'all outros outdoing mine. But shit, let that be a lesson. Let that be really inspiration to yourself, not to conform to shit. You don't have to conform to whatever. Be yourself, because if everybody act the same, that shit's so fucking boring. Nobody wants to see that. That's why you see people and you're like, oh my gosh, like all they're doing is this, and this. That's because everybody else is trying to act perfect. So why watch the same routine, the same trying to make sure that you look like this, when you can finally watch something different, where somebody's doing something, saying something out of the ordinary, acting a way out of the ordinary. Nobody wants to be ordinary. Don't be ordinary. Let that be my little inspirational quote for the day. And I was really just trying to get y'all to forget his outro so that when I say this, it's a little less like lackluster. Now that was the video.